Is something the matter, baby? Can't sleep? Oh, a nightmare. Take a deep breath for me. Okay. One more time. Okay. Do you want to talk about it? Oh, come here. Let me give you a hug. It's okay. It's okay. You don't have to come back to sleep already. We can take our time and talk a bit. Maybe help with your insomnia problem. Do you want a glass of water? Maybe warm milk? No? Okay, well, what do you want to talk about? I know something has been on your mind recently. You've been quite busy with work lately. It's not always like this, too. Were you scolded? Baby, I'm so sorry that happened to you. Could you tell me what happened? No. Okay, then. It's alright if you can't tell me yet. We can just be here with each other while I hold your hand and you can breathe easily. I know having a lot on your plate is really stressful. That even in your dreams you can get overwhelmed. Sometimes it's always best to disconnect from these things, especially from the moments when you feel stressed. Heck, even at the sight of our laptop or a stack of papers can be quite stressful already. Hey, I'm here, okay? You can squeeze my hand as much as you want. This isn't a dream. I'm here. I'm here. No need to think about it anymore. Right now, just focus on me. Yeah, that's it, baby. Okay. Do you want to lean on the bed first? We don't have to lie down. Here. Lie here and let's... There we go. Oh, it's okay. We don't have to do anything in particular. If you're too tired to move, that's okay too. I promise. It's not always when you have to rest you have to move around. It's not like exercising. Speaking of which, when was the last time you were able to get some time off? Huh? That long? I guess it's overdue though. But maybe you could talk to your boss about it? Just after what you're doing right now. It doesn't have to be the week later. And maybe during that time we can both spend some more time together too. Yeah, where would you like to go? Not really making plans. More like just making things a bit easier and having something to look forward to in the future. Of course, I always have fun, especially if it's with you. Though, I would honestly appreciate it if you didn't actually go with me and only think about work. It's like you're going on a date with your laptop or something. You didn't put your work email or anything related to it on your phone, did you? Oh, that's good. If there's one thing that I learned, it's always learning how to disconnect yourself from work. I mean, there should be two different lives that you're participating in. And when the clock ends in your shift, that's when you transfer yourself to your other self. I don't even know if I'm making any sense from what I'm saying, but by the looks of it, you seem like you understand, right? Okay, that's good. Though I kinda get it if you do feel a bit anxious when you feel like you don't deserve to rest. sometimes it can get a bit difficult when you feel that way, but hey, resting for once in a while isn't entirely bad, you know? Besides, if you don't listen to your body anymore and just work, someday or out of nowhere your body will decide for you. Yeah, I'm not kidding. You might just fall asleep the moment that you close your eyes, even for a minute. I'm not trying to scare you, I promise. Think of it as like a reminder whenever you already feel like you're stressed from work. I know there are times when you get this sort of high that you're in, the zone that you couldn't stop your fingers from typing, right? It's okay. I've been there before too. Lots of times, actually. But I learned when to step away, especially when it gets too tired or when my head starts to go fuzzy. Hmm? Oh, yeah. It's okay. I told you, we can just cuddle for a bit here. Not necessarily touching each other, but more like facing each other. Acknowledging our presence and just breathing in and out. In and out. You're such a hard worker. You know that? I know you don't often hear that in the workplace as far as I know. And it really pains me to see that you're actually being mistreated like that. Yeah, I mean, we all make mistakes, but sometimes getting scolded isn't really the best thing to handle the situation. I know I might be saying this out of the blue. Not to mention that this sort of stuff doesn't even have to be said to you. Rather, should be said to your boss, but I kind of want you to learn something from it too. So that you don't make the same mistake as they did if someone on their team makes a mistake. It takes a good leader to recognize that there's a mistake and for others to learn from it. It takes a boss to only see the mistake and point the finger on the one who did it. There's a big difference between them, and I think it's how you can respond to that kind of situation that can be beneficial to you. But I'm not saying what you feel isn't valid. They are, and it's good that you didn't break down in front of everyone. Sometimes it's okay to feel these things, even in silence. But it's always better if you feel them with someone else, right? I think we talked about this before too. I asked you if one of us is angry or frustrated at something. We always ask each other when we want to suggest a solution, or we want to just sit down and comfort each other. I always tell myself that since I'm quite fond of having to just talk to you. Yeah, talking to you is always such a fun thing to do. You may not usually like it since you're not as talkative as I am, but hey, when you're with the right people, you too become talkative and you wouldn't even know it. Of course. Even if they are about the mundane things in life, I always love hearing them from you. I remember that one time you fixed your printer by yourself. I mean, for me, it might not be a big deal since I'm not working in your company, but if it means a lot to you, then I'm happy that it does. And I'm happy that even those simple things can make your day. Even though most of the time you complain about paper jams and the lack of ink. But hey, don't just let one thing make you drain out. You've been doing your best, and it's okay if not a lot of people see that. Sometimes it's kind of hard to when you think about it. A lot of people always want to look their best. They want to do their best, but sometimes they can be afraid too. They get scared of what failure might be like to them, because once they fail, they become afraid of what other people might think. Yeah, I do get that a lot for myself too. A lot of times, actually. That's why I'm always so pent up and uptight about working back then. But hey, I guess there are just things that are meant for others, you know? I'm just glad I'm able to live my dream with you by my side. You know, maybe I could bake you some cookies for your next workday, yeah? Something to munch on during your break. I know you don't like to call me whenever you go to work since you said you don't want to bother. I respected that. Even though I tell you hundreds of times, you can always call me if you ever need someone to talk to. Well, unlike you, I'm not really drawn to meetings, but more like phone calls from suppliers and stuff. But hey, we did promise we're in this together, right? Ever since we moved in together in this little dreamland of ours we call an apartment. Every moment I spend with you in here, I wish I could relive it over and over again. Yeah, do you know the reason why? Because I love you. And it goes even beyond that when you think about it. A lot of people want to be liked. They want to be recognized. But in the end, isn't it better to just get that validation from yourself first before others? You're the only one who knows yourself best after all, right? Wouldn't it feel good to just, look at the mirror in the morning and tell the person you see in front of the mirror, I love you. You're doing great. I believe in you. You're so adorable. It's okay. You can cry in my arms, baby. I promise I won't leave you alone. And even if there are times that you're physically alone, I'll always be here. In your heart. What? Too cliche? Oh well. Looks like it worked though. You look like you've calmed down a bit too. But seriously, it doesn't even matter if you're able to do 100% for the day. If the next morning you can only feel like you can contribute like half of what you usually do, and at the end of the day you feel like you achieved that, even knowing that you couldn't do 100%, you're already a winner for going through with it all that you can. Yeah, every time, every day, whenever you get home, I always give you a small kiss, one of the many rewards I give you for going through the day. Even if it means those little things like getting out of the bed on such a tiring day. I know what it feels like too, you know? Sometimes the days aren't always the brightest. There are days when you just want to lie down in bed too, right? Yeah, I get that sometimes too. It's okay. Life isn't always going to give us good memories after all. If anything, it's more like just the time given to you by the world to rest. You don't have to feel guilty from feeling it, you know? I know you've been feeling uptight about yourself from all the things you've been doing. And it's really unhealthy if you really only rely on yourself at the time, too. That's why if you ever need someone to talk to, even if it's during work hours, you can call me, okay? You don't have to suffer on your own. We're here for each other, remember? That's great to know. Mwah. There we go. Does that feel better? Does my sweet baby feel more loved after that? That's more like it. Well, are you ready to go back to sleep? Of course. Let's cuddle to sleep. And in the morning, there's a brand new day. There's brand new opportunities. And even if you do feel too tired to move, that's okay too. What's important is that you're here. You're alive, safe, in each other's arms like this. Yeah, Good night, baby. I love you too.